Hello, and welcome to this short EUSDS class on the Palais Glide. The Palais Glide is a stroll that was popular from 1935, when Charles Daniels first choreographed it, through the war years, and to people who remembered it from the 30s well into the 1950s, a few people still remember it now from the original era. This is the sort of stroll that was really danced by people who were going out on a Saturday night or a Friday night to have a dance. It wasn't the kind of thing that was only known by proper dancers. So it doesn't have the complications of the shim sham or the jitterbug stroll or any of those things. This is the kind of simple thing that you could go out to a dance with your friends and they'd be doing it and you'd watch and you'd catch on. So it won't take us very long to learn this at all. It was danced to a specific piece of music, the Palais Glide, and I will play that later, but at EUSDS, by a sort of recent tradition, we also dance it to This Business of Love. I can't even remember why that came about, but we just do, so I think we can try it both ways. So to explain the way it works in lines, so lines of people standing side by side. Traditionally, it tended to go male, female, but all of that's been dropped now because it really makes no difference. There's no leading or following. Everybody does the same thing. So it would either, in the old days, be a line of people about a third of the width of the room, so maybe about 8 people next to each other, and then if there were more dancers, there'd be another line behind them and another line behind them, and they do this whole thing around the line of dance, which is what ballroom people do, going round a room anti-clockwise. Nowadays, people tend to form huge lines the entire width of a room and just come forward, because the song isn't that long anyway, so you wouldn't get very far around the ballroom. And it's perfectly okay if you've got a third of the dance floor ahead of you before the next wall or the orchestra or something, then it's perfectly okay to form the big line. So people would stand next to each other, and they would stand with their left hand on the shoulders of the person to their left, and their right hand around the waist of the person to their right. And everybody would do that, except for the people on the ends, obviously, who'd have one of the hands just being relaxed. So everybody is in the same connected hold, and you'd obviously be close side by side. Right, now for the steps. Most of this is built in 6-count units. That's 6 count if you include the pauses at the end. I'll turn my back to you to teach this. I'll move a little bit over here because I'm very constrained for space. My kind of COVID class teaching area has always had this problem whenever I'm teaching. I should say, by the way, that we dance this upright. It's a British dance, so there isn't a get down. So, begin by having your left foot out on its heel. So, my weight is still on my right foot. My left foot is sort of decoratively resting on its heel. And that's for 2 beats. So, 1, 2. Then cross it behind, open out, and cross in front. That is weight bearing. So that whole unit goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Do that with me. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm sure you've guessed what's going to happen next. We're going to put the right foot out. So that's going to be 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're coming back the other way. And then we're going to go that way again. So we've got 3 repeats of this. One that starts with the left foot out on the heel, one that starts with the right foot out on the heel, and another one that starts with the left foot on the heel. Let's go for it. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2. Then what we're going to do is 3 steps that go cross, cross, cross. If you know the Madison, this is very much like Rifleman, where you've got this crossing walk. It's the same kind of thing. So we had this foot free, so we're going cross right over left, left over right, right over left. Your shoulders must still stay flat on. They have to, because remember that in reality, I'm connected to another person here, so as I'm doing this, my shoulders still need to stay exactly where they were, and so do everybody else's. Let's do the whole thing up to there. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay? What we then do is drop our weight forward. So I'm going to walk this way just a little bit so that I don't headbutt the door. So we have done our cross, 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 then drop forward, and that's quite a deep drop. If I just turn towards you, I'm going to mirror reverse. I'll have done cross, 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 and then this deep forward drop. So we're going to do that for 1, 2, then sweep this spare leg up, and that's high. It's not elegant, it's just high. So that whole thing from the crosses is going to be cross, 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 drop, sweep. And the leg can come more forward like that if you want to, rather than that, but the door is constraining me. Okay? Then to finish, so we've done our cross, 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 1, 2, 3, 4, and we just go 5, 6, 7, right, left, right, but we walk forward when we're doing it. So if I start off a bit nearer you, we've got our 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, up, down. And then we start the whole thing again. So let's walk through the whole thing with me calling everything, and then I'll put some music on. Again, if you're doing this for real, you can cover quite a lot of ground in these walks forward, and you can cover quite a lot of ground in the sideways bits at the beginning. I can't, because this hall is small. So, we're going to start like this. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then we start again with that heel down. So I'm going to put some music on, and let's dance this together. I'll begin using the EUSDS music for this, which is This Business of Love. I'm going to go absolutely nowhere when I'm doing the steps, because otherwise I'm seriously going to run out of room. But if you've got the space, do your walk, walk, walk forwards on those last steps.
I'm just a baby in this business of love. I'm a mover, a shaker, like Mackinac. I can take your last dollar with the throw of the dice. I got a gift for women from heaven above. But I'm just a baby in this business of love. I'm a smooth operator in all affairs. Sophisticated, debonair, I got all kinds of fancy stuff. I'm just a baby in this business of love. I'm just a baby. Nobody ever tried that. Somebody save me. I'm just a baby in this business of love.
Okay, again, a reminder, what you should be doing when you've done this is forward, not backwards. I'm going backwards because otherwise I'm going to end up going through that door. What I'm now going to do is to put on the actual Palais Glide. That is the music for which this was choreographed, so please join along with that. that's enough of that. So just dancing that on your own, you're probably thinking, even when we had the swingish music, you're probably thinking, what on earth is the point of this? And when we had the actual Palais Glide music, which was clearly, although from the swing era, was clearly not swing music in any sense that we'd know it, it was straightforward dancehall music, you may be wondering what on earth is the point of learning this as a swing dancer. And I get your point. There are two reasons that I'm teaching it. One of them is just so that you do have it costs you very little to learn these things, and you do have a vocabulary of things that people from other dance traditions will know, and also have an idea of what it was like actually to be a regular going out on a Saturday night dancer rather than a dance enthusiast back in the day. And the second reason is that although when we're doing all of this sort of business on our own, it is rather dull, if you were in a line of 30 people, all connected doing this, with lines ahead of you and lines behind you, the dynamic of that whole room, even to that pretty awful music that we were just listening to, the dynamic of the whole room is just amazing then. So do, just invest a tiny bit of time practicing this just occasionally. It will be something that will then lodge in your brain, and if somebody decides to have a Palais Glide, then you can do so, and it's also a really easy dance to be able to teach some of your friends. So, if you have friends who are thinking about dancing and they're not sure, you can teach them the Palais Glide, and that's a way of convincing them they can dance. Okay, that's it. I said it would be a short lesson because it's a short routine. Goodbye for now.